who is in lovely Montreal. Hopefully tuning in tonight as Calvin, the 3 seed, the Stallions, the 6 seed, will face off here to see who advances to the semifinals tomorrow right here at the Eagles Ice Center. Puck is dropped and play starts as goalie Garrett Walker in the net for the Knights. Steers that one aside. Owen Dyker dumps it in. Ernst in hot pursuit. Last time these two teams met here at Eagles Ice Center, it was a wild and fair. Riordan with a shot right on. That one sticked away by the Stallions netminder. 91 penalty minutes, 7-6 the final here. Calvin was able to prevail in that matchup. They're hoping to have a little bit more calmer and more in-hand affair tonight. Ernst digging for the puck on the far wall, dealing in support, digs it out. Now takes it to the blue line, tries to pass, couldn't find Petrella going down the slot, and they'll regroup at center. Davis ahead to Petrella. He'll accelerate through the neutral zone. Takes it in on the right wing. Siebing now looking for the puck. That one's knocked away. Kyle Van Duzen defers to Elkins, who dumps it in. Siebinga on the forecheck. Stallions had a coaching change midseason. Alex Hufford now the head man of the Stallions. That one kicked aside by Walker as his first test of the game. Brandon Clark shoved that one in. Now digging for it on the back wall. Josh Tack from Marysville to transfer. Finally is able to dig it out and dumps it to center. Chopped ahead there by Van Duzen. Siebinga picks up the puck and he skates it into the Stallion zone. Shot deflected off a stick. Dangerous in front there. Nobody can find the loose puck and the Stallions carry away. Good back check by Bibelos forces the issue, and Tack forces the puck down low. Bibelos in on the forecheck. Stallions working hard, 2-on-1. Backstrom, the captain, pulls away at the backhand. Flip ahead for Vesperini, couldn't find him, but they keep the puck down low. Bibelos lets it go. Tack in support now. Calvin with pretty good possession here for the first 2 minutes. Only one Stallion shot, and then majority of the time Calvin has kept the puck down in the Stallions' end. That one dumped all the way down, and that'll be an icing call against the Stallions. Calvin coming into this game ranked 3rd in the GLCHL, right behind Grand Valley and the league regular season champ Adrian Bulldogs. Calvin hunting for that spot into Nationals. 16th ranked Knights still looking for that bid. Strong showing here today and through the tournament should cement that bid for them, but first things first, got to take care of Western Michigan here. Ernst takes the puck away, steers it into the slot, fires a shot. That one's blocked away by the Stallions netminder. Pass ahead, long lead feed. Nice move aside, but sticked away by Walker before any damage can be done. Now Kemper is going to dump it around. That one hit a stanchion. And actually it hit a high stick, so it's going to stay down low. Took an odd bounce. Looked like it hit something off the glass. Instead, it was a Western Michigan high stick. So the puck will come out to center, and we'll have another face-off. Van Duzen stepping in back from his injury time and getting that line of Petrella, Van Duzen, and Siebinga back together as Walker gloves a high shot in from center, dumps it, keeps the play continuing. Stallions waiting to go offside and dump it in. Ethan Best now to retrieve behind his net. Pass was deflected in front. Here's another shot right off the referee after Walker looks like he was able to deflect it to the side, but the referee gets the worst of it there, and Petrella steps on the gas and he accelerates off the post. Oh, he had a great chance. Short side, but couldn't bring it home. Now Duker Smith was able to recover. Van Duzen, oh, he's heavily hit from behind, no call. Siebinga lobs ahead to Petrella. Steps on the gas on the left wing. He shoots it in low side. Sharp angle. Now Calvin will go back on the cycle. 4 minutes into this contest, no score. Backstrom, crafty move, dumping it into the corner. Vesperini in there on pursuit. Holding it in is Davis, the other captain. So both captains out right now, Backstrom and Davis teaming up. One dumped in by the Stallions. Walker alertly plays it behind his net, gets the breakout going, and Backstrom out on the 3-on-2. Moves it to Vesperini. Stempel going to the net. Vesperini passes in front. That one is canceled by a defensive stick of the Stallions. Now a bad pass into Stempel's skates, so Stallions will have to reset yet again to get the puck. And now another sloppy play in their own zone. Allows Calvin to recapture the puck and keep the possession. Backstrom waving in front, shooting. Stempel just wide. Great feed there by Backstrom, and Stempel got all of it, but couldn't find the target. Austin Davis steps up. Puck in some skates there. Finally chopped out to center by the Stallions, but it'll be quickly turned back into the zone by Diker. He'll go in on the solo mission as we see some changes for the Calvin Knights. Duker 1-on-2 is able to beat his man. Keeps the puck down low. Vesperini dumps it to Ernst. Swings it to Diker at the left point, but didn't have enough steam. The Stallions were able to carry it to center. Flip one in on goal, and Walker calmly pushes it down and starts the play up again. Diker cycles to nobody. Stallions keep the puck down low. Davis, he's been out there for a little bit. Tries to pass up the middle, hits a stick, and now Ickes gains possession at center ice. Good back check there by Ernst, and Riordan in pursuit. Elkins shovels ahead. And dumped in by Ickes. Good pace, good flow to this period so far. Riordan, good forecheck. Ernst takes the puck, takes a hit, but gives it to Ickes. And the shot in on goal is deflected by a defenseman for the Stallions. That one hits the net and will stop play. 6 minutes into this contest, and Calvin almost all the possession. In their offensive end, Stallions have struggled mightily to get any sustained pressure in the Calvin Knights end. Walker has been tested a couple of times, but nothing sustained for Western Michigan. Draw one to Tack, and his shot finds a body, and then Dusen on the rebound and to chip off the side of the net. Siebinga. There's a shot from the right point. Elkins misses everything, looking for a deflection. Chopped ahead, but no further than center. Petrella gets it, steps on the gas. Now hands off to Van Dusen with a shot, and that one just goes wide on the far side. Pass in front, and another shot saved by the goaltender for Western as Petrella tries to slam dunk one in. Pass in front, nobody there. And the Stallions content to ice the puck, and it's about been their best tool so far is the icing of the puck. They cannot clear the zone. Calvin with heavy pressure so far in this contest. Dan Boylan, the Lexington, Virginia product, in net tonight for the Stallions and doing a heck of a job keeping his team in it so far, facing the substantial deficit in shots. Hammered out to center, but no further, and Kemper puts it back in. Backstrom looking for it. Gets all the way to Best, and that leaks, and shot hits a couple of skates, pinballs into Boylan's pads. Dug out there by Stempel. Best with a wide shot. Couldn't be covered. Now Kemper loads the cannon, and that one goes wide. Bibelo shoves it in front, and that puck goes out of play on the Western Michigan bench. That faceoff will stay down low. Calvin putting a heavy workload on Boylan so far in the net for the Stallions, but he's been equal to the task. Continuing to turn those Calvin shots aside. Ickes loses the draw. Tack steps up on his man. That puck squirts out though, and Stallions are able to break free. Long lead stretch pass. Elkins stepped up and hit his guy. Drives him off the puck. Wraparound chance is canceled by Tack. Stallions now try to get the puck out from behind the net. Cannot do it. And Dielman accelerates and dumps it out to center. Riordan now on the carry. Dump to Ickes. Nice move there, but couldn't get around the defense. Lost the puck though, and Tack was looking down in the corner, thought the puck was there, and the pass airmails everybody, goes all the way back into the Calvin end, where Elkins will retrieve. Dug out now, and here's Ickes. He tries to make a move, but can't keep his feet and loses the puck in the skates, but the puck stays down in that Calvin zone offensively. Austin Davis stepping up. He makes a nice pass across, but couldn't connect. Diker now at left point. Shot off of shin pad, and they'll go out to center. Davis retrieves. Diker, a long light pass for Kyle Van Dusen. He dumps for Petrella. Petrella into the shot over the net. Had an angle. Went Boylan a little deep in the net. Could not find the target. Still in the zone. Davis, he chips it off. Sewardson in alone. Sewardson hooked by Diker as he went in, and now Diker is going to take the hooking call. It's a good penalty there as Davis put it into the skates of Sewardson, and he jumped on that loose puck. Diker in good pursuit, but had to take the penalty to prevent a better chance. So the first penalty of the night, after this play has been almost all Calvin Knights, will be on Owen Diker for Calvin. 2-minute penalty. 8:21 into this first period, no score. Calvin now working on the penalty kill. Stallions win the draw, they'll send it to left point. They work it around the top as the aggressive penalty kill by Calvin. Austin Davis tries to scale the glass, knocked down there. It'll be continued play by the Stallions in that offensive end.
Next penalty to number 44, Owen Euchre. 2 minutes for hooking. Time of that penalty, 8:21.
Stallions now still on the perimeter looking for a shooting solution. Can't find one. Good tight defense there by the Calvin Knights as Davis with good work there, chopping away with the stick. Jars the puck loose and sends it all the way down. Now Biblos, dangerous as Boylan had to play that puck with the goal stick. And Biblos with a good forecheck there to force that play. Now on the right wing, Michael Stein, one of the leading scorers for the Stallions team. Looking to set it up here is now Stemfel and Backstrom. The penalty killing forwards. The heavy drive goes wide by Tyler Loring, and it goes all the way back to neutral ice, and the Stallions will regroup here. Under a minute to go in the penalty. Backstrom with a good forecheck there, and now they turn him into Stemfel. Finally, the Stallions are able to break free, 3-on-2. Accelerating into the zone is Brandon Clark, the leading scorer for the Stallions team. He of the 40-point season so far. Dumps it back to the point to Cotre. Lots of guys that are, well, we've got a matching penalty maybe behind the play. Looks like two players are going, one for each team. Ian Elkins for the Knights. Oh, Justin Hayward for the Stallions. Going to have matching minors, so the manpower does not change. A half a minute to go in this penalty to Owen Diker. So the remaining 5-on-4. We have matching minors to Elkins and Justin Hayward of the Stallions. Now some confusion as to who was out and when the penalty was blown dead. Like Kemper's going to go out there with Josiah Carter, who's playing defense tonight. Now he's listed as a forward, but he's actually listed as their 8th defenseman on the roster sheet tonight, even though he's truly a forward. He'll be playing defense most of the night, and Stallions will regroup at center here, and boy, puck in the skates there, couldn't get it into the zone. Now Petrella to Siebinger, short-handed Siebinger, shot drifts wide, wow. Good use of the screen there. Used the defenseman as a screen. Just floated one wide that Boylan really didn't get a good look at. Now Siebinger digging it. 1-on-3 kills the rest of the penalty as we are now even strength. 5 players aside as Calvin kills that first power play chance. There's a shot deflected in on goal. Walker able to smother that one and no further play. Connor Brake wristing one from left circle. Off of a shin pad. Tricky bounce there, but Walker well out on top of his crease and makes the save. Halfway through the first period, no score. And before that power play, Stallions really had very little offensive challenges to write home about, but Calvin now, after that penalty, a little bit back on their heels, trying to get that momentum back. Beetle with a wrist shot. That one Boylan kicks aside. Ernst cycles it for Jordan. He'll turn his back now. Ernst with a shot, and he chips that one. May have hit a stick over the net, and Stallions had the puck break loose, and they were able to turn the puck down the other way and get it into their offensive end. Jordan dumps it high in the air, lobs it out to center, where it's forced to be played. Austin Davis will go back and retrieve after wholesale changes. Chipped ahead there by Bebelos. Goes right back in, and Davis will turn it to Diker, and they'll be able to advance into their offensive zone. Diker skates in, ladles it ahead for Vesperini. They'll cycle it to Bebelos. He shovels it back to Vesperini. Turns in front, right of the feet of Bebelos. Couldn't find the handle. Had a wide open net on that side. Oh, here's a steal by Vesperini. Goes in alone, scores! Lou Vesperini pilfers the puck and pops it upstairs. And the Knights draw first blood with 11:52 to go in the first period. Now you felt like it was going to be a matter of time before the Calvin Knights were able to puncture the wall that Daniel Boylan had been putting up. And Vesperini steals a bad D-to-D pass and goes in alone and puts it upstairs where Mom doesn't dust. Off the draw. Stallions gallop ahead. And Best puts his man down with a hard check, and they're going to call that for a penalty. They're going to call it interference. Little late, little hard, and he's going to go for interference. So Ethan Best is going to draw a 2-minute minor, and Calvin will get to showcase their penalty killing skills again. So right after the Vesperini goal, Calvin now will have to kill this penalty by Ethan Best. Petrola and Van Duzen out with Tack and Kemper for this penalty kill to start. Winning the draw is Van Duzen, but Stallions are able to hold at right point. Now working in as Calvin sets up that tight box, pass across. That one's deflected by a stick. Jack Williams now operating from center point, looking, and he flips one in. Walker with a pad save, and that one cleared away by Kyle Van Duzen. Williams tried to float one through traffic, but Walker saw it all the way. A good heavy forecheck there by Ickes, who comes on for Van Duzen. Now Ickes steals, digging in front, forces one off the pad of Boylan. Puck still in the skates, 3 Stallions around it, but one Knight comes up with it. Great forecheck there by Steven Ickes. Finally, the Stallions were able to get it into the offensive zone and try to set up this power play. Kemper loses his man, but a bad pass misses everything, and Williams will go back to retrieve in his own end. 1 minute gone in this penalty. Long lead feed to Sewardson, and he is offside as Sewardson is going to be called for a penalty here. After the whistle, just throws a needless little shot at the defenseman. I think that was Davis. And Sewardson's going to get dinged up for an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. So not a good penalty there by Sewardson. And that'll even things up 4 aside for 1 minute and 3 seconds. Then Best's minor will expire, and Calvin will get a truncated power play. So 13 minutes into the first period, Sewardson takes the first penalty for the Stallions, and it's not a good one. They had the power play going, didn't need to do that. Takes away really one of the few opportunities the Stallions have had this period offensively by a silly penalty. Winning the draw is Ernst. Now shoves in front. That one blocked. Ernst tries to pass it across. Can't find his line mate, Ickes. Now the Stallions bring it in. On right wing, here's Cotre with a shot. He scores. Ethan Cotre, the late man coming in. And the 4-on-4 even strength goal goes to Cotre. Walker didn't see all of it. A nice drop pass there, and he skates in right behind the defense and fires a shot over the glove hand of Walker to tie the score at 1. Here we go with the Knights now tied at 1, even though they've carried the play for much of this period. Have not enjoyed a power play quite yet, while the Stallions have had 2, yet the score is still tied at 1. Biblos now walks across the line, passes to Earth with a shot. Excuse me, that was Ian Elkins. Elkins risks the shot on goal and Boylan swallows it up. Well, Boylan been a very busy goaltender so far in this first period as Calvin has held the Stallions deep in their defensive zone for most of this period, but doesn't look like it on the scoreboard. Sometimes that's how it goes. 1-1. They're tied here 13 and a half minutes into the first period. Held at right point Elkins, and now shoves to Van Duzen, who tries to work through traffic. Packs deceiving with a shot. Reiser was caught up high on Boylan. Van Duzen pokes it to Elkins to tap. He'll accelerate through center. Dump pass for Siebinga. Best penalty almost has expired. Elkins holds it right point. He shoots a blocker save there by Boylan. Van Duzen keeps the puck. As we hear Ryan Booner tell us that Calvin Knights are back at full strength and they will take a shortened power play. Elkins knocks it down with his glove at center. Passes ahead to Siebinga. Holds court at left point. Waits for his line mates to come in. Ickes now. Deals to Elkins. To Petrella. Back to Elkins. Over to Ickes. Working it around the perimeter. Good pass across to Petrella with a shot. And score! That one trickles through the pads. The Polish Prince, Krzysztof Petrella. And a nifty feed there by Ickes. Squeaks it through Boylan, and they regain the lead at 2-1. Krzysztof Petrella, the leading scorer for these Knights. 22 goals, 36 assists for 58 points coming into tonight. Gets his 23rd goal of the campaign, which puts his team back up 2-1 as they cash in on the shortened power play. That penalty now looming very large. Blake Siewertson unsportsmanlike conduct minor. 2 goals scored in that span as Cotre tied the game at 4-on-4, and then Petrella unbreaking the tie with his 23rd goal of the year. And it is 2-1 Knights. Riordan lugs ahead. Dumps for Ernst. He'll shoot on goal. Kicked aside by Boylan right to Riordan's stick. Pass in front. That one's cleared by the defense of the Stallions. They'll dump it out to center. Kemper, though, in hot pursuit. Makes a good play. Forces it back in. Calvin can set up that forecheck as they change. Chipped ahead by the Stallions, and they're going to let that one go. Boy, that could have been icing, and everybody on the Calvin side thought so because they let up, but no matter as Backstrom now accelerates, passes it down the middle, looks for Vesperini, who digs it out.
Time of that goal was 13-23.
Riker couldn't chop it down midair, and he'll have to retrieve. Back there with his partner Davis. Shovels along the kick plate. Davis has to rush in and spike it to center. Vesperini carries ahead. Looking for Stempel. That one's canceled. Now Western Michigan on the 3-on-2. Back to right point. Fires a shot, and Walker with a big save. Rebound tantalizing in front, but swept away before any damage could be done. Stempel chips ahead for Backstrom into the left corner. Backstrom shoves in front. Misses everybody in the front of the net, but Davis keeps it in. Shoots a shot wide on the right side. Now Siewertson gets the puck in his skates, and he'll skate through center. Going in and goes around Davis. And Siewertson with a backhand into the chest of Walker, and he's in there mixing it up. And Backstrom, his captain, comes to defend his goalie, who he thought got hit with a little bit of a late flash. No penalties forthcoming. And Siewertson will retire to his bench, as will Backstrom, but defensive zone face-off for the Knights. Van Duzen ready to take the draw. Stallions win the draw, but then the pass goes back to the point and hops right over the defenseman's stick. That one's going to be offside. Could not hold it in. Petrella just offside, and so they will restart again at center ice in the neutral zone. .16 minutes gone in this first period. Calvin holding a 2-1 lead. They open the scoring. Even strength. Ethan Cotre tying it for the Stallions on a 4-on-4 goal, and then Krzysztof Petrella, his team leading 23rd goal of the year, as a shot drifts wide by Siebinga there on the power play gave the Knights the 2-1 lead. Boy, nice passing in front. Siebinga could not connect with Petrella though. Now Elkins loads the gun and fires one in from right point. That one hits a couple of skates. Van Dusen digs it out of his feet, keeps it cycled in the corner. Petrella to Siebinga. He'll work with it. Far corner. Dumps back to the point for Elkins. Now swings its attack. Nice job there. Felt the pressure, swings it into the corner. Able to keep that possession down low. Petrella pitchforks it to the other side. Van Dusen chips it out, but Tack steps up and keeps it in. Petrella now walks in, goes in on the back end, shooting, and that one goes over the net. Boylan may have gotten a piece. Stallions find the puck, able to hammer it out to center. They're hoping for an icing. Did not happen though, and Elkins will regroup with Tack. Now flipped ahead to Ernst as the Knights change. In with Ickes, Dielman, and Elkins dealing with a shot. Fouled that one off the heel as he tried for a one-timer on the far side. Now Best at left point, walks the line. That one knocked down by a stick, but in front by Dielman, digs it and tries a wrap chance. That one denied by Boylan. Stallions cannot get it out. Ickes digs it out of the feet of the Stallions defender, and his shot rising. Boylan hits it with his blocker, coming from almost behind the goal line, and that puck will stay down low for the faceoff. Great job there by Calvin on the forecheck, keeping that play down in the Stallions' end, and the Stallions getting very desperate, trying to get that puck out any way they could. Only to center could they manage. Best will serve it back in. That did get outside the zone though, so the Knights will have to tag up. Minute and a half to go here in the first period. Calvin leading 2-1, although the shots total do not recognize that small deficit, as the Calvin Knights have clearly held the edge in play for the bulk of the first period. Stempel soccers it to his stick, but can't find the handle, and that one gets out to center. Served all the way down, and now Kemper will have to go retrieve. Looking through the forecheck, and Vesperini now takes it off the stick of Biblos. They'll go in three wide with Stempel. Pass across. Stempel was harried by the defense, couldn't get a stick on it. Now the Stallions able to break free. Blake Sewardson tries to step around Owen Diker. Can't do it as his rush is repelled. Good hit there by Vesperini, pinching off the attack, and they'll send it to center. Under a minute to go. Now the Stallions try to bring it in. Pass on the far side. That one shoveled in front. Walker had to kick it aside. Another one from a real sharp angle. Shot blocked by Ickes to the other side of the rink. Petrella digs it out. Ickes now going in with Van Dusen. Petrella, if he hurries, a 3-on-2. Dish to Petrella. Pass back to Ickes, and just out of reach. A little bit behind him. Austin Davis keeps it in at right point very smoothly. And now Van Dusen in alone. Petrella with a shot. He scores! Van Dusen walked in. Boyle with the first save, but then Petrella cleans up the mess. And a goal with 9 seconds to go in the first period. 3-1 Knights. Fantastic work there. Started with Austin Davis keeping the puck in at right point. And a good smart pass to Van Dusen, who walked in alone around the defense. He couldn't score, but then Petrella, good pursuit. He's able to clean it up and give the Knights a 2-goal lead as we head into the first intermission. One final chance for the Stallions as they throw that to the far corner. And after 20 minutes of play, Knights 3, Stallions 1. We will be back with second period action here from Eagles Ice Center. start of the second period. Calvin up 3-1 after that impressive first period. Is waving and icing off. Tough bounce off the kick plate. Diker
Knight's goal.
had to play that one off of the bounce and couldn't shovel it ahead, so the Stallions keep it in front. Walker with the pass. Walked the pass in front, but the rebound comes out. And the Stallions pump one in as Charlie Tess on the doorstep unattended. Walker blocked the pass across but couldn't corral it. And Tess chips it into the net to narrow the lead to 3-2 for the Knights. That's Tess's 7th goal of the year, 14th point of the campaign. And Calvin is hoping to make this one easy. Hasn't been so far. Big edge in shots, big edge in possession, but it's an only 1 goal game. Held in at left point there by Josh Tack. Siebinga working behind the goal line, behind the net. Finally, double team there, and the puck squirts out to the far wing and carried away by Cotre. Cotre tries to stick handle through Elkins. Can't do it. Tack in pursuit. Chips it to Elkins, and they'll start to break out there. Petrella ladles it to Van Dusen, ahead to Siebinga. Shot from left wing, stick to side by Boylan. Petrella retrieves the rebound. Van Dusen shovels it in front. That one pushed back. Van Dusen walks it out. Elkins coming in on the right circle. Keeps the puck down low. Flips to Siebinga. Elkins with a shot. Boylan with the save. Petrella and Siebinga team up. Keep the puck down low.
35 seconds.
Was going to hand it off to Elkins. Swings an attack instead. Then Siebinga unloads. Boylan kicks aside a shot from Van Dusen. Elkins lifts one towards the goal, and that one off of a Stallion stick and softly into the glove of Daniel Boylan. The Virginia native has stood tall. 3-2 in favor of the Knights, but plenty of shots have gone Boylan's way, and so far has put in a stellar performance to keep his Stallions in this contest. Vesperini, Backstrom, and Stemp for the line for Calvin. Kemper and Best the defense, and Backstrom off the draw. Steps into one, and Boylan gloves it down. We'll do it again from the right circle. Minute and 45 into this second period. The Stallions chipping in with the goal. Charlie Tess narrowing the lead to 1 goal, 3-2. Pass across. In front, Backstrom just couldn't find the handle. Now Best fires one that's blocked out deep. Vesperini digging at the net. That one stays on the back of the net. So we'll have a face-off here as Ryan Peters, leading defenseman scorer for this Stallions club with 20 points on the campaign. Could not dig it loose, and offensive zone face-off for Ernst, Ickes, and Dieleman. Kemper and Best stay out there. Kemper wires a shot deflected just wide as Ickes got a stick on it. Now Ickes skates out, cycles it, puts it right into the referee's skates though, and that'll allow the Stallions to break out the center. No further though, that's one stripped to the puck, and then Ickes walks in, pass across, and they score! Dieleman from Ickes, 4-2 Knights. Great back check by that line. Stallions were able to get it just across the blue line. Ickes with a dogged back check. Steals the puck, and then Dieleman comes in late on the far side, and he makes no mistake putting it past Boylan, extending the lead back to 2 for Calvin. Rivas takes the draw, and Dieleman chips ahead. He's knocked down. Pushes it in front, and puck is elevated out of the rink, and so that will stay down low. Calvin with a 2-goal lead and looking to gain back that momentum they lost after Charlie Tess brought the lead to 1 early in the first minute of the second period. That's Van Dusen, Petrella, and Siebinga, the leading line for these Knights. Davis at right point surveys the situation now, swings it into Petrella to the corner. He'll cycle it down low for Siebinga behind them. Jake steps out to the front. Davis fires a shot wide on purpose and got deflected even further wide. Now Siebinga. Lets that one go to Van Dusen. Swings at the right point. Davis is pressured from the backside. Boylan kicked that rebound out as Siebinga doing battle in front. That one hits a skate, and it'll be an icing call on the Stallions as that one hit prior to him crossing center. So the Stallions will go all the way back down, and they cannot change on an icing. So a tired line isn't going to get any respite so far. As the Stallions going to try to get something out to center. Second period, the long change, always dangerous for those teams in their defensive zone, especially if they get caught on an icing. Have to stay out there. Backstrom, good forecheck in the corner. Biblos tries to shoulder one down, couldn't do it. Chipped ahead, and that one's sent back in by Elkins. As the Stallions now try to get to center, Sewardson goes right through his stick. And now Tack in pursuit. Elkins to help. Pass in front, goes wanting, nobody there. Hustling there by Vesperini. Lays the shot. Here's a shot in on goal. Walker shoves it aside, and boy, Vesperini made the hit, but he got the worst of it as he stays down. Makes another run as they are able to clear the puck, and now Biblos is waiting for it. Hacks it to center. Vesperini still going in. Vesperini getting his money's worth on this shift, hitting everything that moves and some of the things that don't. Pass goes where Vesperini was as he goes off for a change finally. Dielman lets Elkins take it with some speed, and Elkins shoves it into the corner as he goes off for a change. Stallions reverse the flow, nobody there. Riordan lets it go to Kemper. Kemper tries to feed Ed, but can't find the handle. Dielman now to Tack, who's pinching in. Tack transferring in from Marysville University. Seeing his first action this semester. Puck was kept in. Quickly knocked back out as the Stallions accelerate. Puck blocked by Kemper. That shot from the wing. Sewardson tries to pass it in front. That one hits the back of the net. Can't get to his intended target. Finally dug out to Josh Ernst, who gets it to center. Now to Kemper. Kemper on the right wing. Dump pass to Riordan. His stick taken out of his hands, but Dielman on the follow-up keeps the puck down low. Riordan flips a shot in. Boylan pads it down, and that one is lofted to center ice. Kemper at left point couldn't keep it in, but maintains possession for the Knights. Riordan takes the scoop pass from Ernst, and he diagonally clears it in. Best sends a headhunter to the front of the net, and Boylan calmed things down as he covers it up for no further play. 5.5 minutes to go, or 5.5 minutes into this second period. Calvin 4, Western Michigan 2, and Calvin carrying the balance of the play throughout this contest. Even though the score is only 4-2, the Knights plenty of shots netward, and Stallions not so much. They've capitalized on a couple of chances. That one blockered away from Boylan. Davis with that shot from the right point. Siebinga behind the net. The Van Dusen comes out to him, and his shot is blocked. There's Ickes now in addition to that line instead of Petrella. A little bit of line juggling going on by Coach Petruzma. Pass in front. Stepping into that one at the right point was Tyler Loring, but that one blocked down, and now Siebinga goes in. 2-on-2. Pass in front to Van Dusen. Working there from Ickes. Couldn't connect on that pass in the net mouth. Van Dusen has it stolen. Working on it in the corner. Siebinga steps away. Takes a little bit of hook, no call. Turns around. Fought off the puck by Peter. Good job there by Ickes and Van Dusen to keep the puck down low. Now Davis plays catch with Diker, who risked a shot wide. Siebinga back to Diker. Operating at left point now, he'll walk down the slot. Pass in front by Diker, looking for Ickes. Couldn't dig it out of his skates, and now the Stallions will try to ice it, but knocked nicely out of midair there by Owen Diker. In the neutral zone. Goes rink wide, but couldn't handle it. Now Backstrom on the steal. Steps across with a shot. Far side. Couldn't find the target. Hit a stick in front. Davis tries to keep it in at left point. Can't do it. Great job there by Owen Diker, though. Breaks up the potential 2-on-1. Now 3-on-2. Stempfel passing in front, but Backstrom was not there. looking for a pass, a little bit more of a lateral one. Stempel goes diagonal, but play goes wide, but the Stallions chip it out of play. And the Calvinites will have another offensive zone faceoff. Feels like almost the entire play in this contest, save a couple of minutes, has been in the Western defensive end. Jordan steps up. Chips it to Bielman. Backhands to Petrella. Excuse me, that's Ernst. Ernst to Riordan. Pushes in front for Bielman, but just off target. And the Stallions go on a rush. That one is canceled quickly as Elkins and Tack team up. Thrown in the corner, Cotre. He's met there by Elkins. Nifty play by Ian. Takes the puck away from Cotre and mishandling the pass out front. They tip and they score. Pass in front, Ethan Cotre standing alone after he was stripped of the puck. But a pass just goes a little bit of the head of the stick. Kept it at the right point. And Ethan Cotre, Johnny on the spot, his second of the night. He tips it between the legs of Walker. And it is a 4-3 game. Amazing. Calvin is heavily favored in shots and possession time, but yet it is a one-goal game. Stallions making the most of their limited opportunities, keeping this at a one-goal game. Now pass to Cotre, he scores again. Ethan Cotre. Standing in the slot, uncovered. And he has tied this contest with 2 goals in the 11 seconds. His third of the game, twice here in the second period. And it is 4-4. Stallions have tied the Knights. Unbelievable. Just nobody covering Cotre in front on both goals. He's able to tip one home and then rifles a pass right past the blocker of Garrett Walker, who had no chance. Icing call here on the Stallions. So we'll get another offensive zone faceoff. Like I've mentioned many times, Calvin has almost lived exclusively down in the Western Michigan defensive end, yet still tied almost halfway through the contest, 4-4. Draw one there, kept in by Kemper. And knocked out to center. Ickes tried to find it. Petrella gets it. His pass knocked away, so he'll just take it by himself. Chipped away from him. Siebinger now to retrieve. Passes from Petrella just missed. Little back and forth, little Wimbledon at center ice as both teams missing some passes. And now gathered in by Best. Petrella was stepped up there. Let that puck go. And Petrella in front with a shot, and that one a skyscraper onto the glass. May have been tipped in front. Petrella digs the puck out low. Shoves against Boylan's pad. That rebounds at the back wall. Now Petrella spins away from contact, gets it to Siebinger. Petrella in to help. Cycle the puck down low to the far corner. Steps away from the defense. Chip shot ahead over to Ickes, and now we've got a whistle. Either the net was knocked off or something else happened where the puck is going to come out to neutral ice for the faceoff. Indeed it was. It was the net that knocked off. But it was ruled that a Calvin player caused that, so that's why the faceoff will come outside. Maverick Backstrom, one of the captains of this Calvin team, goes into the faceoff, wins it, gets it ahead for Vesperini, who tried to dance through the defense and could not do it. Sewardson, the shot goes wide. Covered there, sent back into Sewardson, passed in front. That one pinballs in some skates, and now the net comes loose on the Calvin end. Same instance as before. One of the Western players, I think that was Sewardson, that knocked it off the moorings, and so that faceoff will come outside as well. So after some pretty good flow in the first half of this game, constant whistles here rule the day in the last couple of minutes. Favors Western, to be honest. This game is tied at 4. Would not know it by the scoreboard as Calvin is dominated in shots on goal and possession time. Backstrom to retrieve in his own end. Flips it to center. One covered there. Knocked in offside. Vesperini steps away. Now Bebelos will swipe it down low. Backstrom goes in heavy with his man. Knocks him off the puck. Keeps it down there for Vesperini. He walks around the net. Looking for a pass recipient. Can't find any. Wiggles it back to Bebelos. Mishandled it. Backstrom tries to dig it out. Chips it to right point. And Sewardson captures it for the Stallions there. He chips it around Diker. Some speed with Sewardson. Passes it off the goal frame out front. Nobody there for Western Michigan. And they will regroup back in their own end. Owen Diker forces it back in. That was an offside play, though, so they have to regroup. Sewardson steps ahead. Pass over to Michael Stein. He whiffs that one high. Shot off the outside of the goal frame. And Dielman will take it ahead 3-on-2. Passes to Ernst in his skates. Has to gather a little bit. Now the hard wrist shot. Blocked down in front, and the Stallions will send it all the way down for icing. Had to wait a little bit for the whistle there. They got to skate all the way to the dot, even though it's clear that it's icing. No touch icing here in college. It's race to the dot, so have to make sure that they get there. No change for Western Michigan on that. Calvin now will send out Ernst and Dielman with Riordan for this important faceoff. Shoveled back to Dielman. That pass pinballs, and Bowen has to kick it aside. They hit it through a maze of skates and got in on goal. Elkins intercepts that clearing attempt. Keeps it down low. Now Dielman shoves it all the way down behind the net. Good pursuit there. Ernst could keep it up, though. Has to retrieve it on the boards. Riordan scoops it ahead. Now Ernst steps it forward. Passes to Tap. Nice backhand to forehand reception. Almost keeps it in down low, and now icing again on Western Michigan. So this has been the pattern for most of this game. Western Michigan just desperately trying to get the puck out of their own zone across center. Calvin doing a really good job of keeping the puck and the play down on their offensive end, but it is a 4-4 game as the Stallions have capitalized on the few but very good opportunities that they've had. Pass in front, right in the skates there. Siebinger recovers it, and a big save there by Boylan. Passed in front of Van Dusen, couldn't gather it, and Boylan was leaning just a little bit. Siebinger tried to go against the grain, and Boylan reached out with that left paw and was able to snag it. Good save there by the goalie for Western. It's Daniel Boylan. And you wouldn't know it. I mean, his goals against average is the highest on the team at 5.71. But he's played a pretty good game today, even though he's given up the 4 goals. Oh boy, backhand pass there. Makes it all the way through with a skyscraping shot there by Best. It gets glass. Kemper keeps it in. Pass across to Van Dusen. His shot blocked out front. Petrella wards off, and now Siebinger tries to fire one in front. That one's blocked. Works its way out to center. And a pass there, a clearing attempt there by Ethan Best. Goes into the girders, and they'll stop play. So a pretty free-flowing first period. Ended with Calvin having a 2-goal advantage, but multiple stops and multiple whistles in the second period. It is a 4-4 tie. Dumped in by Kemper, Ickes, and Bebelos in pursuit. Ickes wins the puck. Now in the far corner, steps out. Best takes the loose puck. That shot blocked out front. Western tries to clear. Does get out to center just barely, but Ickes right back in off the backhand pass from Vesperini. Ickes goes in, gives it to Bebelos. He'll dig it out against the kick plate. Kicks over to Ickes. Another kick. That one goes right to Vesperini. Steps out, fires a shot in Boylan. Short side makes the save. Rebound! Oh, that one pinballs in front. Just goes wide on the far side. Dug out of skates there by the Western defense. Pass right up the middle though, and Bebelos tried to deftly maneuver that one into the slot. Couldn't get through. Ickes goes hard into the boards, trying to keep that one in, and he's going to labor in and take a seat as that one stung him a little bit. Ernst taking the puck and accelerating through center. And we got offsides as Thielman didn't think he was offside, but the linesman tells him otherwise, so we will have a face-off at neutral ice. Calvin's done a little bit of line juggling here in the second period, especially after the game has been tied. Ernst, Riordan, and Thielman out there right now with Davis and Diker on defense. Interception there by Thielman. He turns it right back into the zone. Riordan couldn't fish it out. Goes back to center, and Davis sends it rink wide. Diker passing. That one's going to go through everybody, and they're going to wave the icing off. Banking it off the glass. Cotre steps up. Hits his stick. Couldn't corral it. That one's going to be offside as puck did go out before Calvin could clear the zone, and Ernst taps it back in offside, so another whistle in neutral ice. 6:35 to go here in the second period. 4-4 tie game here. Calvin has carried the balance of this play, but Western has cashed in on a couple of opportunities that they have had, and that's why we are tied here at 4 apiece. Just under 7 minutes to go in the second period. Pass in front, Cotre, and they score! Out to Ethan Cotre again. And he shovels it in. His 4th goal of the night. And it is 5-4 Stallions. Unbelievable. Cotre left unattended at the side of the net. Walker tried to dive across, but just could not do it. And it is now a 1-goal lead for the Stallions. For Calvin, the first time they have been behind in this game. You would never know it if you look just at the stats, shot-wise, and especially the time spent in the defensive zone of Western Michigan. But credit the Stallions, they just keep on working, and feels like every loose puck or every chance they get near the net, they've been able to cash in. Pass just off the toe, trying to get him behind the defense. Now Stiebenga steps in, and that one wiggles off his stick just as he swaggers through the defense. Kemper with a shot, that one off a stick just wide. Now Best shovels one in. Trella digs it out of the corner. Al Van Duzen now takes it on his backhand, steps it out to Kemper, swings it to Best. Best looking from left point. That one tipped in front, Boylan kicks it out, and puck rolls right to the doorstep, and he'll cover with no further play. Daniel Boylan has been under siege for this entire game, and yes, he's given up 4 goals, but boy, he's handled a solid and steady workload so far. Almost every goal that has been scored in this game, no chance for the goaltender whatsoever. Diker shoves it ahead to Ickes. Goes off his stick, and he's felled there, no penalty. Stempel now steps in. Works behind the net, looking for Backstrom out in front. Stempel steps out and will swing it to Davis at right point. Goes D to Diker. That one goes in, tipped off his stick. That was Ickes that directed it just wide. Now Backstrom does battle with his man in the corner, comes up with the puck, spits out. Western's able to clear to Sewertson. Sewertson carries it to the logo at center ice, but no further as he is met there by some static. Now Backstrom chips it ahead. Couldn't get through the defense though, and Jack Tenney will throw it down behind the net. Walker passing over to Diker as the Stallions change. Pass in front, boy, dangerous there by Stempel. Gets through though. Ickes digs it out of his skates, and they're able to get the puck down low. Ickes waiting for the rest of his line to change. Backstrom comes in, forces it loose to Thielman. Steps aside to Ethan Best. Changes direction, wrist one on the goal, and Daniel Boylan with the save. Right at the top of the crease, saw it all the way. Knights trail in this game 5-4. Western Michigan has given this team fits the last couple of times they've played here at Eagles Ice Center, and tonight has been no different. Job there by Kemper, keeping his man to the outside, and then nestles him against the boards, takes the puck away, and puck touches the net above the glass, so we will stay here down low for another faceoff. Calvin right now hopefully trying to get the equalizer or better here in this period. They would not want to go into the third period locker room or the second intermission locker room down by 1. Puck in front. No shot made it to Walker, but little hairy there as the puck had to be steered away. And now we've got a penalty coming up on Western Michigan, it looks like. Behind the play, and that's going to be a penalty on the Stallions that they really didn't need to take. Again, another penalty that could prove costly as Charlie Tess is whistled for a minor slash. And with 3.5 to go here in the second period, Calvin goes on the power play. Charlie Tess guilty of slashing, and so the Stallions will operate shorthanded. Stepping away nicely at the line, Elkins keeps it in with some good stick handling. That's kind of handcuffs him. Works it back to Ickes. For forward, 1 defenseman alignment for Calvin Ickes. Wrist one in front, that one deflects. Dug out by Siebinga, but he could not find the handle. Couldn't get one on goal, and that one's knocked down by a high stick. That'll go down all the way to the other end for the Calvin Knights, so a defensive zone face-off on their power play. Siebinga wins the draw. Ickes steps away with it. He'll give it to Elkins as they set up the breakout. Elkins gives it to Petrella, who's going to step on the gas through center. Nobody in front of him. Ickes now to Petrella, to Van Dusen. They play catch a little bit. Shoves it to Elkins. On his backhand, had to retrieve it. Now steps to center point, shooting, and that went off the blocker of Boylan. Working down low. Now swinging it to Petrella out top. Excuse me, that's Ickes. Ickes to Van Dusen, to Elkins, to Ickes. Shot. That one blocked out deep. Didn't get to Boylan. Elkins stepping over, feeding to Petrella. Elkins play catch now with Ickes. Into the center. The slot. Tip just wide. Siebinga now gets control. Pass to Van Dusen. On the perimeter, the Calvin Knights work this power play. Elkins works to center. Pass to Petrella. His pass through the slot is foiled. Now Siebinga gets the puck, and he'll step out to the circle. Pass in front. Mid-air, tried to knock it down to Ickes. All he could do was knock it down, couldn't get a stick on it, and now a shot. Saved there by Boylan. Elkins with a wrister from the left point that Boylan saw the way, juggled just a little bit, and holds on for no further play. 17 seconds to go in this penalty to Charlie Tess, and then the Stallions will be at full strength for what they hope will be the remainder of this period. Backstrom, Bibelos, and Vesperini step out for the last part of this power play with Davis and Diker on defense. Vesperini steps across the line. Harried from behind, but is able to get that puck down low. Great job there by the Western forechecker. Chipped in front is Backstrom. Forced a shot off of Boylan as the penalty expires. Pass in front, and oh boy, Vesperini hitting Boylan square in the emblem. Great job there by Boylan to get across. Now there's another pass across, and Bibelos tried to get a shot on goal, but that one was foiled. Davis, calm at right point, but couldn't hold it in. Pass ahead now to Brandon Clark. The leading scorer for this Stallions team does not have a goal today, but yet they lead by 1. Under a minute to go in the period. Diker reverses the flow. Nobody there. Stallions keep it in. Kenny was able to keep it there. Now they'll operate in the Calvin defensive zone. Pass across, but Backstrom steps in to intercept on that one. Slow to get to its intended target. Beadwell steps across. Passes to Vesperini with a shot. That one over the net. Backstrom bothered it at the offensive blue line. Vesperini takes it back in. Riordan tries to dance around his man. Keeps the puck alive to Kemper at right point. Under 10 seconds to go. Kemper with a shot that's tipped wide, just wide by Ernst. Stepping out front is Diedelman with a shot, and he scorches one off the glass. Shot in from the left point off of Boylan and scores! Oh no, they're going to wave it off. Riordan's goal is going to get waved off. And the official immediately on the call, waving that one off. And I believe the period had expired as the goal was scored. So it'll be interesting to see if they put any time on the clock here. But it was waved off immediately by the referee down by the goal line. Coach Petruzza is going to want an explanation, but we are going to head to the second intermission. Calvin down 5-4 against the Stallions of Western Michigan. We'll be back here with an exciting third period as we'll see if the higher seeded Calvin Knights can finally pull this one out at home. Like I mentioned, the last time these two teams met, it was a 7-6 final in favor of Calvin. And this game proving to be the same excitement level. Western 5, Calvin 4. We'll be back in 15 minutes. All right, we are back for the third period here at Eagles Ice Center. Western Michigan 5, Calvin 4. Calvin got out to a 3-1 lead, including a late goal in that first period to get to a 2-goal lead, and from that point it looked like Western Michigan was going to have an uphill battle, but boy, they played an excellent second period, scoring 4 goals, including 3 from Ethan Cottray. 4 on the night for Cottray. And they enjoy a 1-goal lead. Calvin heavily out shooting and out chancing the Stallions, but boy, Western Michigan cashing in on every opportunity they've had. 3-on-2 they break in, stuck to side, and scramble in front, dug out by Owen Diker. Walker had no idea where that puck was. Now, for those of you wondering, the score at the end of the second period, Edward Riordan going in and apparently scoring the tying goal is a wrist shot from Dielman from center point, is gloved off by Boylan as he is dumped. Riordan's goal was ruled to have gone in after the buzzer had sounded for the period, so that is why it was waved off. We didn't get the explanation right away. Didn't know if it was a kicked in goal or if there was something else that prevented it from being counted, but we were being told that it was ruled across the line after the buzzer had sounded. So be that as it may, they are now down 1 goal here to start the third. Van Dusen tries to step around his man. He's buried into the half wall. Davis catches the puck at center ice, sends it back in. Petrella in pursuit of the puck. Williams gives it up. Siebinga feeds it to Van Dusen. He whiffs on the shot. Now Best strides ahead. Blocker to side there by Boylan. Siebinga soft to Davis at right point. That one mazes its way through. 2 guys come together and cannot connect. Siebinga fans on one, goes wide, and Stallions take that opportunity to get it to center. Siebinga kicks it ahead, skate the stick, steps in, over the line, and wires a shot hard, just wide on the short side. Gets the puck back. He's held, and that'll be a penalty coming against Western Michigan as he got his counterpart on defense all turned around, and a perfect form tackle. Unfortunately not legal in this sport, so to the box he will go for Western Michigan. And it's number 28, Matthew Rickabaugh. So Rickabaugh guilty of a minor for holding and a power play for the Knights here in the minute 40 into the second period, down 1 goal. Vesperini, Bibelov, and Ertz, Diker, and Riordan on the backside as we have a false face-off. So we will do it again. They're going to have to readjust the clock here as 2 seconds went off. So they'll start the clock a little bit later. Everybody back to an even balance. Dielman to Diker, his shot padded aside by Boylan. Saw it all the way. Vesperini muscles his man off the puck at the boards. Ernst shovels it to Dielman. Plays catch with Ernst in the corner. Now back to Dielman. Looks at center point, holds it on the half while he'll switch places with Ernst. Hands it back to Josh. Josh swings it rink wide to Riordan. Waits it come off the kick plate. Diker steps in. Looks for the shot. That one covered. Riordan pass across. That one tipped in front by Vesperini. Fought off by Boylan. Diker holds it in right point on his backhand. Couldn't find Riordan. Stepped into there. Dielman keeps it in with his glove. Diker now at center point to Riordan. Missed the shot, and Boylan got a piece of it. That will go into the netting. That puck will stay down. Low for another offensive zone face-off for the Knights. Knights have had heavy pressure, and this period starting out just like each of the first 2 have. Calvin tilting the ice, getting almost all of the chances, and just not able to find the back of the net. Elkins lofts ahead for Siebinga, skates it back out, sends it back to Ian. Ickes with a nice move around. Keep the puck down low for Siebinga. Now to Kyle Van Dusen. Van Dusen, his pass was canceled, regains control. Swings it out to Elkins. Can't handle it cleanly. Forced to pass it Petrella, and they play catch on the far wall. Now Ickes at left point. Starts to cock the hammer, but thinks better. Elkins walking out on the perimeter. Petrella now on the right circle. Steps around the back of the net, tries to go against the grain on the pass. Could not find Van Dusen. The puck rolls just past Ian Elkins' stick to retrieve in his own defensive zone. Now Petrella in full flight. Loses the handle and can't keep it. And Siewertson dumps it in on net as Walker has to be alert and sticks that one away. Elkins steps out, hits Petrella on the wing. He fans on it. Pumped right back down. And the penalty to Rickenbaugh has expired. So Calvin now at 5 aside. Backstrom taking the pass at center. Now to Biblos. Boy, very close to being offside. And Ickes feeds across looking for Stempel, and Boylan kicks it away. Best knifes it away from the Stallions on rushing defenseman. Now the Stallions send it in just wide of the goal. No icing as Davis tries to hack it off the net. Now comes loose. Kept in there by Tyler Loring. Best in pursuit, knocks his man down. And everybody in attendance that hasn't been paid to officiate this game is giving their opinion. Hacked out there by Davis. That one's not going to go for icing, though, as that's going to be chased down by Ryan Peters. Guns it ahead. Tipped in there by Michael Stein. No icing. Puck moving a little bit faster now. Davis pitching wedges it to center. Dielman catches it. Stalks in on left wing. Going towards the goal. Goes around the net. Wrap chance. Backstrom knocked down from behind, and that one's going to go all the way down for an icing call against the Stallions. Backstrom knocked down in front heavily with no call, but the Western supporters in favor of that decision as opposed to when their players are knocked down. I guess turnabout is not fair play. Ernst into the circle for the draw. Loses it. Loring hammers it on the far wall, but kept in by Dielman. Steps into the circle. Ernst chips it ahead. Dielman. Pass to Ernst with a shot, and that one off of a stick, and it'll stay down low. On the deflection. Calvin trying to find a rhythm in that offensive zone. Western playing a very tight to the vest defensive style, just keeping the puck to the outside on the perimeter, making Calvin work very hard for their chances. Now brought in there by Ernst, and he's muscled off the puck. Western's able to get it to center, but no further. Ernst now chips it ahead for Riordan on the backhand. Riordan steps into the Western zone. His pass deflected off of the stick. Turnover there. Very lucky is Brandon Clark not to turn that over in his defensive zone. Josh Tack back to retrieve after it's thrown in deep by the Stallions forwards. Riordan rink wide, receiving it off of his stick. Kyle Van Dusen beating everybody for icing, so that one is waved off. Doing good work there is Van Dusen, keeping the puck low. Siebinga pilfers the puck, passes out in front, knocked away by the good stick of Brendan Clark. Skated ahead there by the Stallions. Charlie Tess, if he gets it just inside the line. Now we've got a whistle. Now the officials are going to get together and have a little bit of a conversation. Not sure what they want to call here. If it was an inadvertent whistle or if they have a ruling to make. It's going to go to center ice. So not sure what the stoppage was, but we'll just do the King Solomon solution. Take it to center. Nobody gets an advantage when we play on. Wristed to the goal. Walker kicks it out there. Rebound laid in front for a little bit before it was cleared by Elkins. Western forces the puck down low. Diker digs it out. Now to Siebing on the left wing. He strides in. Tries to find Petrella just off his stick. Petrella goes to retrieve. Van Dusen over skates. Back to right point. Elkins keeps it in. Stick handles. Finds Van Dusen. And Siebing a rep chance. Puck skips out in front. Diker keeps it in at left point. Dangerous are the Knights in front of the goal, but could not get a shot home. Van Dusen accelerates out to left wing. Fans on the puck. Diker keeps it in. Sends it behind the net. Pass out to Tess. He'll feather it ahead. This one's going to be going for icing, so they will be forced to keep the same lineup out there. Charlie Tess thought he took enough off of that one that it wouldn't go for icing, but it does go. So the Stallions are not allowed to change. Ickes, Vesperini, and Bibelos now out there. Ickes to take the draw. Ickes is able to win that one back to Davis. Flips it in on goal, just wide. Vesperini now holds it in. His shot blocked. Another chance gunned in there by Bibelos. Boylan stands tall. Vesperini tries to spin around in front, and he falls down, and now in on the Calvin defense, 5-on-2. Calvin wins that one. Now mishandled puck. In on 2-on-1. Nice play by Ethan Best to break that one up. Dangerous in front, another overskate. Rister off of Walker's blocker to the back wall. Calvin now a little bit on their heels. A couple of mishandled pucks give the Stallions some life. Chipped out to Vesperini. He gets it to Bibelos. They carry in. Mishandles the puck. Vesperini keeps the puck in though. Tries to step into the front of the net. That one forced off his stick. Cat came up. And now we're going to have a high stick or a hand pass. Either way, that puck is going to go all the way down to the left of Garrett Walker. Haven't talked much about Garrett Walker. Hasn't had to face too many shots, yet they still trail in this game 5-4. Garrett last year on the D3 team. This year getting the promotion to the big club. Like I said earlier, every goal that has been scored in this contest, both for Calvin and for Western, almost no chance for either goaltender. All have been beaten pretty cleanly. This handled puck turns into a turnover, and now Josh Ernst skates in, and his shot held by Boylan. A little bit of an early whistle. But Boylan not in danger of having that one go through. He's able to recover. Almost halfway through the third period, Calvin still down by 1 goal, despite having a heavy advantage in shots. And overall possession of the puck. Tipped ahead by Sievertson off the boards neatly, and that puck elevated off of the stick of Kemper into the upper reaches of Eagles Ice Center. We'll get a fresh biscuit and resume play. Calvin ending the season on a strong note, winning their last 5 games, but struggled against this Western team the last time they met here in Eagles Ice Center. Only beat them by 1 goal, 7-6 in a wild affair. 91 penalty minutes, 7 goals in the third period alone, combined by both teams. And still seeing the same type of play here from Western, frustrating Calvin, cashing in on their chances. Van Dusen with a shot from left circle, that one gloved off calmly and easily by Daniel Boylan. Calvin having deja vu all over again as they've held the play down into the Stallions' end most of this game, have had the bulk of the shots, and yet still see themselves in this game looking up at the Stallions on the scoreboard. Rimmed around for Sievertson. He skates through center. Tenney, he crisscrosses with him. Pass across, and now Sievertson had his stick lifted by Petrella. They'll go the other way. Passing to Siebing and skates, picked up by Petrella. As the stick handle pass for Van Dusen goes awry. 2-on-2 the other way. Wristed off of the stick and into the netting. So the Stallions starting to exert a little bit more force offensively. Calvin desperate, starting to sink that defensive pair down lower to keep the puck in, try to create some chances. And it's caused a couple of breaks for the Stallions. Walking the line there was Rickabaugh. Shot in, blocked out deep. Hacked in by Jack Williams. His teammates retreat and go back onside. Ethan Cotre on the forecheck. Ethan Cotre, the star of the game so far. 4 goals for the Stallions, including 3. A natural hat trick in the third period. Chipped ahead by Elkins to nobody. Stallions advance. Wristed right into the chest of Garrett Walker. He smothers the shot there, coming from the leading scorer of the Stallions, Brandon Clark. Amazing to talk about Brandon Clark. 40 points on the year, no goals from him. Ethan Cotre, the third leading scorer. 4 points tonight, all goals, including the go-ahead goal that has the Stallions in command right now, 5-4. Pass across, looking for Cotre. He was tied up in front by Ethan Best. Tipped ahead. That one's going to go for icing. There's a missed stretch pass there. Slap pass goes right through center ice with nobody touching it. So not a great play there, and that's going to cause a defensive face-off for the Stallions. Had a pretty good success of keeping Calvin down at their own end for a little bit, and that icing may cancel. Ripped around the kick plate. Best steps up, but chipped over him. Now we've got a 2-on-1. Clark looking for Cotre. Nobody there. Best steps into it. Gets it to Sebinga. Now back to Best. From the right circle. That shot kicked away by Boylan. Dug out by Petrella. Throws the Van Dusen off his stick. Shovels it low for Sebinga. Works against Williams there and behind the net. Williams doing a great job. Takes him down, no call. Van Dusen pulls away. Deals it to Austin Davis at right point. Best keeps it in just on the blue line. Now Petrella. Van Dusen and Sebinga, the top line for these Knights. Petrella in with a shot. Puck still loose, digging it for it, and now it's finally blown dead. Boy, Petrella shot one in there. Boylan could not find the handle. And finally, after a pileup of players, play is halted. Dangerous there for the Stallions, and Calvin close to tying the game, but could not punch it home. Backstrom losing the draw. Stallions turning it up ice. Smart pass there. Stepping on the gas across center ice is Chris Bigelow. Shot by Tyler Loring. May have been going wide, but Walker made sure with the blocker. Dug for it. Stepping out from the half wall. Still patient with the puck now to Loring at the point. His shot knocks the stick out of Vesperini's hand. Bibelos goes in. Tries to keep the puck on his skates, can't do it. Now Walker will glove the chip shot from the far wall and hold on for no further play. 8:40 to go in this third period. Calvin still trying to find that equalizer. Stallions looking for that insurance goal. Tight contest here. Western leading 5-4 after being down 3-1 after one period of play. They score 4 goals, including 3 by Ethan Cotre. And we are going to have a penalty on Josh Ernst as he tried to step away on the faceoff, but instead hooks his man down, and now Josh Ernst is going to go to the box. I'm going to call it a trip instead of a hook, but either way, it's a 2-minute visit to the sin bin. And now Calvin will be shorthanded here with 8.5 to go in the third period. Stallions, they can cash in this power play, make it very tough on the Knights in these last minutes of the third period. Diker tries to clear, but Tenney keeps it in at right point. Now starts to walk around, passes to Jack Williams, shoves it to the half wall. Shot in tight, and that one's gloved off by Walker. Sent netward by Michael Stein. Face off in the defensive zone of the Knights. Sebinga wins it. Diker steps in behind. He'll flip it off the glass all the way down. Boylan will stop it for his defenseman Jack Williams, and they'll reset for the breakout. Stallions going to be really cautious here on this power play. Don't want to give up a shorthanded chance, so they'll be real careful with the puck to make sure they're not passing in any danger areas. Diker sends it down again. Now Boylan sends it around the kick plate. Lester will reset here. Minute 10 to go in this power play for the Stallions. 7:40 to go in the third period. Calvin down by 1, 5-4. Heavy into the boards, no call. Off balance was Michael Stein, but good legal hit. Diker dives for it, but Stein keeps it in. Now Seaworton steps across and sends a shot crease wide. Walker kicks it away. Now Petrella on the penalty kill. Skates in alone. He'll rag the puck back. Seaworton meets him at the half wall, and he's forced to dump it in. Lucas in pursuit. Seaworton chips it ahead. That one goes to Thorthop. And now Loring will gather behind his own net. 25 seconds to go in the power play. Western very, as I said, cautious on this power play not to give Calvin any chances shorthanded. Loring accelerates, loses the handle though as he goes through center. And now it's a regroup for the Stallions. Stepping into it is Brandon Clark with some speed. Gets around his man. Puck hacked off his stick. Chip to right point. Penalty is expired.
Full strike.
So 5-on-5 play. Backhand pass missing. Ernst looking for a home run pass there. Couldn't find him. And now Clark gets the puck. Steps ahead. Tries to toe drag around his man. Just can't drag it through. Kyle Van Dusen marches in. Sends it through the defense to the near corner. Ernst digs it out there. Walks out to the right circle. Cotre harries him there. Ickes sends it for Elkins. He tees it up, but doesn't get good wood on it and fans. Calvin keeps possession. Elkins walks the line. A wrist shot tipped down in front by Ickes, just wide. Looking across. Can't find him. Now Dyke with the shot. That one's deflected. Riordan spins. That one deflected away. Can't clear the zone. Can the Stallions and Boylan? As that one plopped down into his chest on the right point. Serve from Ian Elkins and no further play. 5:45 remaining in this third period. Stallions clinging to a 1-goal lead over the host, Calvin Knights. Vesperini winning the draw and carrying it away himself. Now doing battle in the corner. Puck squirts out. Cleared but not out. Diker keeps it in. Shot hacked in from Ian Elkins again from the right point. Same result as last time. Boylan calmly gloves it. And we'll have another face-up. Vesperini to the circle. Flanked by Stempel and Backstrom. Stempel tries to hack it. Oh, shot acrobatically. Boylan diving at it. Didn't see it all the way. Ended up not getting on net. Pass to Backstrom in front. He shoots it. Now we're jamming in front and no further play. Puck is in between Boylan's pads and boy, they jam away at it vigorously. Backstrom trying to get one home. Boylan standing tall, saved the day. One of the defensemen for Western Michigan had lost his stick. A wild scramble in front. But Calvin could not find the solution to tie this game. So puck will, or face-off will stay down low. Puck, the net was forced off by a Calvin player who was pushed into it by a defenseman. So that's why the puck is faced off down in the offensive zone, but quickly comes out. Van Dusen sends it in. And the Knights have to regroup. Intercepted by Van Dusen. He has to wait for his line mates to get onside. Tenney hacks it in. Under 5 to go. Grab chance for Van Dusen. Spits out to right point. Ian Elkins fires a shot. Blocked out deep. Jack Williams staying in front of his goalie. Shins that one away. Siebinga dumped, and they're going to call a penalty here on Western. Tough call on the Stallions. Looks like he had position, but Siebinga turned the other way and cuts his legs out. And so now Calvin will get a power play, a very important power play with under 5 minutes to go in the third period. Down by 1. It'll be Siebinga, Van Duzen, and Petrella. Ickes and Elkins in the rear guard position. One right back to Ickes. Walking in front, shooting, and that one was wide. Boylan through a screen. Saw that one. Van Duzen digging for it on the half wall to the left point to Petrella. Now he'll walk it down to the dot. Plays catch with Ickes. Tries to wrap it back, and Ickes with a shot over the net. On the short side, try to get Boylan leaning. Siebinga pass, and they score! Right out in front, and Christoph Petrella ties the game at 5. Fantastic puck movement there by the Knights. And the Polish Prince, Christoph Petrella, ties his game at 5 apiece with 4:20 to go in the third period. Setting up a fantastic finish here at Eagles Ice Center. We're going to get this done in regulation. We're going to go to overtime. Hopefully the video feeds, we get to keep the video feed. I don't know how much battery we have left. Still at 2%. It's like driving on almost empty. Wrist shot in, and Walker makes the save as Brandon Clark stepped in dangerous. Stallions not willing to fold just yet. And a strong rush there by Brandon Clark, the leading scorer for the Stallions. Works to the left point, and that one gloved off by Walker.
About 2 minutes for tripping. Having the penalty 15-14.
So with just under 3:40 to play here in regulation, Calvin has tied the score on that power play goal. Now trying to get to either another goal here in regulation or getting it to overtime. Puck kicked ahead by Bibelos. Teammates tag up. Now Western steps through. Chipped ahead at center. Bibelos on the intercept. Calvin with a little pep in their step now as they've tied the game. That's Verini capturing the loose puck that was poked off of Bibelos' stick. Walks in, fires a shot, and that one blocked out deep. Davis tries to keep it in, but just cannot do it. That one skips off the ceiling, and that one's going to stay in the neutral zone for the faceoff.
15-4.
Under 3 minutes to play. Wristed in by Best. Shipped ahead, Van Duzen off of his stick. Thorhog can't get around the defense. Now Petrella scoops it ahead. Petrella walking in. Holds the puck below the net. Tries to pass out in front for Van Duzen the slot. That one's covered, so Davis will wrist it in front. That one blocked down. Van Duzen with a shot. Reiser, Boylan on the save. Pass in front. Siebinga, his stick held in tight. Pass across, jammed at, and now the puck is in Boylan's equipment as the net comes off. No further play. Dangerous there in the middle of the ice. Chipped over Elkin's stick and out of the zone. Diker in retreat. Sends it. Dievelman loses it off of his stick. Stolen by Brandon Clark, who motors ahead. He's steered off by Elkins, and now we're going to have a penalty on Elkins. And it'll be a 2-minute minor for cross-checking as Elkins put him into the boards pretty heavily. And then he, again, unpaid and untrained officials feel that should be a 5-minute major. They're going to talk about it. Definitely a shot from behind, but not sure if they're going to call that a 5-minute major. Either way, Elkins is going to go to the box. Under 2 minutes to play. Western Michigan going to go on the power play, waiting for this penalty to go up on the board, whether it's going to be 2 or 5. They didn't have to explain much to the Calvin bench, so typically that means it's going to be a 2-minute minor. That's what it is. So Ian Elkins off for 2 minutes, the last 2 minutes of regulation. Stallions get the power play.
Tonight's penalty to number 85, Ian Elkins. 2 minutes for cross-checking. Time of that penalty,
Shot.
18:02.
Diker tried to clear it, but hit the elbow of Ernst, and they could not clear. Now Jack Wilson at center point. Williams at center point. Passing to the near circle. Shot in. Walker kicked in, and that one kicked into the pads of Walker. Kicked into the crease, and then he'll hold it. No further play. So Walker standing tall. That puck walked in by the Stallions on the near side, but couldn't squeak one through. Minute 34 to go in this contest, regulation-wise anyway. Minute 36 to go in the penalty. Just staying on the puck there, 2-on-2. Siebingen not willing to let it go. Finally dug out there by the Stallions and shoved to center point by Peters. That's Williams at center point. No play catch out top. Stallions just patiently waiting for something to open up here as they play catch back and forth. Now a change of the guard. Wrists it in from the shot. And Walker, boy, that puck was loose, but it was whistled dead. So now Walker gets the benefit of the quick whistle, as his counterpart on the other end has received this game. Under a minute to go in regulation. Stepped into that one. Did Tyler Loring, and that one blocked. Snaps it ahead to Brandon Clark. He skates in. Walking in, shooting, and Walker shoulders that one away. Puck hacked to center. Maybe one more rush here for the Broncos.
Skate in with him.
Brandon Clark steps in through center. He's felled, but trying to walk through a bunch of defensemen. That's not going to work usually. That's exactly what happened there. 15 seconds to go. One more last rush in regulation. Pass to Seawerton. Whistle shot. That was blocked aside by Walker. Good hard shot there by Seawerton. Walker had to stand tall. One more pass in front, looking for Cotre, the dangerous goal scorer. And this will end regulation. Let's see what we have here. Now, in the regular season, this would typically be a 5-minute overtime and then a shootout afterward. But because the GLCHL playoffs is where we're at right now, not sure if we're doing a full period or we're going to see here. Now, hopefully the video stays on long enough, but not sure if the battery's going to stay long enough here So we are going to go to overtime, but we will have a full intermission. And then when we come back, we will have the footage as much as we can bring you of this overtime period. 5-5 the score. We'll be back with the rest.
full strength.
full strength.